Um, so I'm making this video against the advice of Otto, but um, getting a lot of messages and stuff from people asking me if I'm okay, and I am okay. Pretty much what happened was, um, I was feeling ill because I had stayed inside all day without having any food in at all, and I was avoiding going outside because of Joe Nidus's video where he brandishes a firearm, which I perceived as a threat against myself. Um, so I was waiting for an opportunity after the sun went down where I thought I could leave the apartment without uh, drawing attention to myself. Um, where I shut off the porch, I shut off the inside light, and I shut off the porch light um, a couple of hours before I was going to leave because I was planning on leaving at a certain time. And um, so I went outside to check the mail and then go to um, the Big Apple on Coney Circle. And he called me a pussy, and so then I just turned around, and you know he thought that I was just gonna believe that I was just gonna leave, but I confronted him. I was like, hey, man, you want to threaten me with a gun and all this other crap happened. Everybody who's seen the video um, said that it's clear in the video that I was not on his property. They can tell how far away, they can see that I was a distance away from his property, and he has this I guess the person who lives in apartment 9 is like a buddy of his, and they're claiming that I was on his property when I wasn't. It's clear by the video that I was in the middle of the driveway. I did not step foot on his property, and if I and he said he said a million times that the driveway is the same as a public road. So for me to actually have been on his property, I would have had to get up really like right up on the bumpers of those cars, and I was nowhere near the bumpers of those cars. I was I was in the driveway. Um so he he just comes at me, and apparently when he came at me I squeezed the GoPro in a way that caused it to shut off. And it takes a couple of seconds to shut off. But I haven't been able to get it to turn on since. It's broken. Cuz he pushed me. I I like half fell over. The GoPro came out of my hand and it hit the ground. um, I I grabbed it and picked it up, and then, he shoved me around quite a lot, and I wasn't going to hit him because I'm not going to hit a gay person, because he's one of those types of people who uses his lifestyle to have power and control over people. He's a very nitpicky person. He goes out and he learns all these rules and laws and stuff, so that way he can harass people and hurt people, and you know you know be within the law. So he thinks, he says that our building is a public building because there's more than 4 units, right? So that means that he can just walk onto our property, according to him. But I did research into it, and that's not, it's kind of debatable if that's the actual law. A lot of people seem to say that it's, an apartment with more than 4 units is a public building, as in you're allowed to egress or whatever, um through the property to get to an apartment of somebody who in the apartment. Um but see, the problem is that it's kind of like a vague fucking thing. But it's pretty funny how, he's like, come on to my private property. Come on to my private property. And I was not, like, I did not, I clearly did not step foot onto his property. I was in the driveway the whole fucking time. So there was a lot of yelling and screaming and stuff like that, and I kept trying to get the GoPro to turn back on, but it wouldn't turn back on. So I just held it like it was still on. um I don't even think he knew that I had something in my hand that was recording, because I clearly wasn't on his property. And I kind of did that intentionally. I used the GoPro, and I was shining the flashlight kind of like in his face, so that way he wasn't looking at my hand. But him attacking me was unnecessary, and it took everything in me not to attack him back, which is what he wanted me to do. So people like Carl, like, huh, you ran away like a bitch, blah blah blah. No, he wanted me to attack him, so I didn't do it. I was not on his property. He came onto the public egress, which is the space between the two buildings. All these people came out and bitched and moaned, and he's got this asshole who lives next to me claiming that I was on his property when I wasn't. They're clearly friends, which completely throws his testimony out the fucking window, because it's clear that these people in apartment 9 are going to lie for their fucking friend. So pretty much what's going on is I've been deconstructing all this fucking shit they claim against me. They claim that I don't have fans and that my fan mail is fake. I proved that was wrong. Uh, you know, they claim I don't have fans and now I'm literally getting fucking fan art. So that proves that I have fucking fans. It's just deconstructing all this stuff they claim against me to try to make themselves feel better, is what's going on. They see that I'm happy. They can't have that. They can't have me being happy and having fans and having people who actually care about me. Goodbye.